What up, world? It's your boy Nextstop Sirchcity.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Neda, and we are back at it. Unfortunately, for the last time for season 2, Next Level Chef. And
Yeah.
before we get into it, I just want to say I have never felt so connected to a cooking show before. And I think it's because, I know it's because we actually formed some relationships with some of the contestants from this season. So it was kind of bittersweet.
Yeah, as it was coming to an end, I just reflected back and I was like, wow, we really know some of these people that's on this show. Like we really started a podcast but based off of food shows. And our very first show we review is Next Level Chef season 2, and it has come to an end. Just want to reiterate what Neda said. I do feel closer to this season than any other show, but basically because we're doing this. We've talked to a couple people on the show.
Yes.
We're not ending the podcast. I just want to make sure that's clear. We're just
right.
We just don't review Next Level Chef because it's over.
Yeah.
But I do want to send some special shout outs. First and foremost, I have to shout out Kamahlai Stewart. Kamahlai Stewart, who was our first guest on the show and has helped us out tremendously on the back end. I just want to say thank you. You have been a pleasure. I cannot wait to do work with you and meet you in person
and taste your food, girl.
Taste your food. But just thank everyone who has contributed to our success based off of their success on the show. As you guys know, later this week on the 19th, we have Vinny on the show. And then next Tuesday, we have Chef Drama, Daryl Taylor. So just thank you guys for making our little old podcast feel like home to some of you people that have been on the show. And I can't wait to work with some more of you people.
Exactly. You took the words right out my mouth.
But after all that's said and done, there is a final episode, kind of the 2-hour episode that we have to review.
Down to business.
It was crazy. Some unexpected things happened, and some expected things happened. So let's get into it.
All right.
Neda, what was going on?
So I have it split up. So I have part 1.
Yep, let's do that.
Part 1 is the semi-finale. And who did we have in the semi-finale, Search?
We had Chef Nuri, Chef Omi, Chef Tucker, Chef Pilar, and who was that last one? Chef Chris?
Chris, yes. Chris.
I'm so sorry. I'm not even looking at my notes right now.
Okay.
That was the semifinals.
So for part 1, they had to create a fusion dish and they had to pick between 2 states. And just before we get into it, just want to point out, Tucker had it made.
Yep.
She had the top level floor all to herself. And who was on that top level floor with her? It was no one other than Gordon Ramsay. Okay.
Yes,
I mean, how much better does it get? You get Gordon Ramsay all to yourself on the top floor. Come on.
I'm pretty sure a lot of women out there would love to have Gordon Ramsay by himself on the top floor, but Tucker was the lucky one. And as you stated, Tucker was on the top, and then we had middle floor was Nuri and Chris, and then due to what happened last week, which we'll get into that, we have Omi and Pilar at the bottom. Real quick, just a quick review from last week. Tucker was the overall winner last week, which sent Marine, Pilar, and Omi into the losers challenge. And unfortunately, we had to say bye-bye to Marine. Now we are here.
Mm-hmm. So since Tucker was on the top floor, of course, and she had no one to go up against, she was able to pick exactly what she wanted. So
Yeah.
she picked Texas and California,
Yep. She
which
had
was a good
Texas.
pick. That
That
was a
is
good
those.
pick.
That's a good pairing. They're close,
Yeah,
similar.
yeah, very.
Um, but yeah, she had Texas and Cali, and then Chris had Washington State and Florida, and then we had Nuri who had Colorado and Wisconsin, which I was like, okay, not really.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't really know what these states
Yeah.
do as far as food wise. We had Pilar with Louisiana and Hawaii. That's a good pairing. And
Mm-hmm.
then Omi with Massachusetts and New Mexico. And I was like,
I don't know. She was excited about her pick.
She was. I know. I think she was more so excited because it's Mexico, so it's
Oh
Latina.
yeah, the
So
new
she still could,
Mexico.
yeah, New Mexico, so she could still
Yeah.
incorporate, her style.
Yeah. So Chris was warned because Washington State and Florida are so far apart.
Mm-hmm.
So Chef Blaze warned him
Yeah.
to make it make sense. He was like, "This has to make sense now," and Chris was
Yeah.
pretty confident.
Yeah. Chris was doing. He started doing the Chris thing, which is a lot of stuff, because he heard he's like,
Yeah.
"You want to do what? This. He's like, just calm down."
Yeah.
But that's Chris. I've learned to appreciate it because he, again, even though he was never really like, he had one win, but Tucker overall won the immunity pin. Even though he never really won a challenge, he was consistently.
I mean, he made it
In the
this far.
middle. He
He
made it
made it
far.
this far.
Oh, he was
So
good. He did his thing. He could cook. I can't wait to taste some of his cooking. But real quick, this week, the first episode, it was a double elimination, as we suspected, because we was doing the math. We like, oh, it's like 5. So it was a double elimination. We'll get into who was kicked off. But yeah, it was a double elimination. Now, did you see the part where, because Pilar and Omi was at the bottom, right? They kind of was like,
going at
give
it.
me that. Pilar won. But Omi kind of respected it. She like, oh, okay, like we about to do this. That joke was kind of funny to me.
It got real. Speaking of Omi, she was struggling with her dough.
See, I said it before, said it again. But this was the finale, so I get it. But I don't think I would have made
Dough.
If I didn't have all my ingredients. She didn't have, I think she said egg or something. She didn't have everything, so she tried to use oil because it wouldn't stay together. So she took a risk. I don't know if that paid off. We'll find out.
I think this was like my most favorite mid-round.
The plating.
Yes, and the utensils and all the special tea stuff. I thought that was so awesome. I was like, wow, okay, like they really coming to elevate their plate. I love it. So I think that was my favorite mid-round.
Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, we've been talking about this all season. Plating does matter.
Yes,
and
it does.
That was an actual mid-round mayhem category. That was crazy.
Yep. And I was just like, please don't nobody drop the plate. Don't drop.
I was nervous for Pilar because she used the smoker thing, and I was just like,
oh yeah, she did. Yeah.
But what's the name? One thing that I found crazy, and this really doesn't have nothing to do with the competition. This just threw me off. I don't think I've ever met a person who, as a kid, did not watch cartoons. But I found out on last Thursday that Nuri did not watch cartoons as a kid. All he watched was cooking shows.
Oh yeah.
Which I was like, that is dope. But I was like, no cartoon. You ain't had no Tom and Jerry, yo.
I know, right?
Flintstones. Well, that's kind of a little bit passive.
Oh, you kind of telling your age.
I ain't even.
I had to remember. No, because I keep forgetting Nuri. Well,
Nuri, you ain't watch Teen
he,
Titans Go?
no, but I forget how young he is.
22.
Like, I
22.
forgot. Like, I kept forgetting. Like, I was like, oh wow. But we'll touch on that later. Naisha gave Pilar some good word of advice. She told her, don't cook scared.
I told you before, Pilar, it depends on how she acts is how she's going to cook, and I think Naisha said that she sees it. Obviously she's there when Pilar gets nervous, it don't turn out that great.
Yeah. And so I will say I had one cleansing moment where I literally screamed out, "Oh my gosh, Chris did not
Oh,
make sure that the oven doors was locked when he put his salmon in the oven."
oh yeah,
And it was just open. And I was
yo.
just like, the shady cameraman zooms in, and it's like, can't nobody tell him nothing. Yo, I clenched. I was like, oh my gosh,
I thought it was
Chris.
over. I said I couldn't. Oh, I said because they popped right back. I was like, like this got to be a trick. Who did this? Like, yo, and the way it was shot, you don't know how long it was open for. Like you didn't know how long he was cooking. So eventually he did see it. He caught it. But that was like, yo, semifinals, and that would like if that's the reason why, because
Yeah.
it popped back open. If
Yeah.
that ain't fate playing around, I don't know what it is. But that was the like you said, like the cringy moment, the like, oh my god of the round, because the round pretty much was smooth. Couple people had couple hiccups here and there, but it
Yeah.
was pretty
On
much
me.
smooth.
I was
Yeah,
worried. I was worried about Omi's timing.
yeah.
And oh, I don't know if you peeped this, but in the basement level, did you hear background voices?
No.
I did. I heard people talking in the background. Yes, I did.
Really?
I caught that. Yes, I did.
Well,
Yes.
look here, editing department. And I went back and watched it today. Did not even keep that. Wow, you heard
I did. I did. I was like, I hear voices, but it's not. It's other people's voices. I
producers.
definitely peeped that. So
She
that
heard
has
you,
nothing.
producers.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the contestants or anything. But that was just something that I noticed. So I just wanted to, yeah.
Yeah.
All righty. So before we move on to favorite dish and worst dish and all that good stuff, Search, can you please tell the people who cooked what with their fusion states?
You're all right. So we had Tucker, who cooked a bone-in ribeye with a basil puree and pickled peach and red wine reduction. We had Nuri, who had a Colorado rack of lamb with roasted fingerling potatoes and succotash. We had the homie Omi, who did a blue corn fish taco. We had Pilar with the red beans and rice with banana leaf steamed mahi mahi. Is that it? And then we had Chris. Why is he?
Wow.
I'm so confused
Wow. No, but you
with the.
came at
Then
me
we had
a
Chris
few episodes ago when
with
I
the
said I forgot about Chris, and this is
Chris.
the
I'm
second
so sorry.
time.
I don't know what is
Okay.
going on. But Chris had the crispy skinned salmon with the beet pesto.
All right.
Sorry, Chris, again.
Mm-mm-mm. So, favorite dishes.
Mm,
Who do you have,
I ain't
sir?
gonna lie. I only got one person.
Really? I have two.
Mhm. I got one,
Okay.
and that
Uh,
was Tucker.
okay. Of course, she was one of
That's
my
it.
ones, and I also have Pilar.
I thought her
This.
dish was. They said it was good, but I didn't
Mm,
didn't like it. I don't know.
no.
I just was like,
Okay.
sorry. It looked
Um.
like she dumped the. Never mind. I'm not even.
I mean, was her plating the best? No.
I didn't like what she created. but they did. They thought it tasted good. So, but you looked at Tucker's and he was like, okay, well,
Yeah,
I gotta beat that.
Tucker killed it. Do you have worst dish?
Oh yeah, but I only got one.
Who?
Take a guess.
Chris?
No, I thought he had a pretty decent dish.
Oh, Pilar.
Oh no, I didn't. No, she don't have. Omi to me was the only one who had like a real bad dish. To me, there was people who everybody had good dishes and they had maybe like one or two things that the judges didn't like, but they
Yeah.
weren't bad. They did not like her taco. Gordon even said, "I just don't understand why she did that."
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
So
yeah,
to
I agree.
me, Omi was the only one who had a bad dish that round.
I agree. I just made a comment. I said maybe Chris should have left out the cream.
That's what they said. Yeah, because he had a lot of fatty stuff, so that just added to it.
Yeah.
But they liked it, so I
Mm-hmm.
was just like, Omi.
Okay. Best plate.
Okay, now here's the thing. I have two for best plating.
Okay, I have one, and I think we already know who that person is.
I may have left someone off. I think I should have three for best plating. Who is your one?
Tucker.
Okay, I left her off by accident.
Oh,
But
okay.
I know she should be on my list. I remember saying
Yes.
it, but I just didn't write it down. I have
Yes.
Tucker. I have Chris because I think he had a pretty good dish plate wise, and I had Nuri. I think his plate looked decent and colorful and
Mm-hmm.
all that. So I had
Mm-hmm.
those three for my best plating. Um, Worst plating, I only had two.
Pilar.
That's all you have, Pilar?
Pilar.
Okay, well I have Pilar. Again, it looked like all right. This I was going to. It looked like she
I talking
dumped
about
a bag.
Omi.
Pilar looked like she dumped a bag of Skittles all over her plate. It just looked weird. Like the
Mm.
plating was that really turned me. I was like, it was just weird looking to
And then
me.
and then I think your second one is Omi.
And it's Omi because
Okay.
it just didn't even look.
It wasn't even, yeah, you're right. It wasn't even folded.
Yeah, and
It was like flat.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Usually
kind of weird.
tacos are folded.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel you. Yo. So that deliberation, yo.
that was a hard one.
That was the most intense deliberation I think I
Yeah,
have ever seen. I was like, wow. Wow. Because I
we
mean,
already we already knew Gordon was going to fight for Tucker. He wanted Tucker no matter what. It was his team, so he wasn't going against Tucker. But she made it easy for him because she has all most consistent chef.
yeah. Well, did you notice the people who did go into the elimination were all on Team Naisha's?
Oh yeah, he was trying to get rid of her team. Yeah,
Team Naisha had three people. The
yeah.
only one.
Well, I can't. I get. To me, it was like a little political.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, we're not gonna have all three of your people. But Omi made it easy for her not to go. But
Yeah.
everybody else, it could have been what it was. So,
Yep.
all right. So, as we've gone through all of our favorite dishes, worst dishes, all of that, at the end of the day, for the semifinals, there has to be some winners and there has to be some losers. Overall, I'm not shocked. The winner with an S was Tucker and Pilar. I was a little shocked about Pilar, but Tucker and Pilar made it to finale,
Yeah.
which then sent Nuri, Omi, and Chris into the losers challenge to face off for the final spot. And boy, I was nervous. I was really nervous for Omi. She started having issues with her. What's it called? Arepa? Her bread? Is that what it was? She made like this. I don't know what was up with her and her dough today or that day,
She
but she
should have
was having issues.
she should have just stayed away. It didn't
Mhm.
work out the first challenge. So you just should have just
Yeah.
not tried to do it again.
Yeah. So I was nervous for her. Chris, started doing what he does, and they were slow down, stop doing the
But
extraness, put it together.
oh my goodness, he made ganache.
Gnocchi.
No, oh my gosh.
I don't know what. I'm pretty sure ganache is a dessert. I don't know.
It's the G.
Oh, the,
Gnocchi.
the
There
G
is
is
no.
silent.
Yeah, but then why have the
Uh,
G in there?
well, how do you spell my last name?
Anyway,
Boom.
I
Yeah,
no
he did go hard in the
gnocchi.
paint. Gnocchi,
Yeah,
gnocchi.
yeah,
That's it.
that.
He was going hard in the paint. It was just that they were like, yo, what do you like? Reel it in. But he, just to let everybody know, he picked, so the dishes that they made, he made a veal chop and gnocchi. Now you got me messing it up. Gnocchi.
Ganache.
Nuri did Nuri did a New York strip, and Omi did a ocean trout salsa type thing. They gave it to all. Nuri, there was the first time him cooking steak this season. I didn't realize that, so he wanted to do something different. I don't know. I don't know if I'm like, if it's me, I like to play it safe. I don't really think I like to play it safe. I know my skill set. I just like to elevate on that a little bit. I feel like this is not the time. If you didn't do it all season, I'm not going to do it now. I would take the best dish that I did, and I'm just going to elevate it.
Yeah.
I'm just going to turn it up. Like, that's just my opinion. I'm trying to make it to the finale. Then I might put it all on the line. I get to the finale, I'll put it all on the line, see what happens. But at least here, I need that spot.
And it's so funny you said that, because the theme of this elimination was going back to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And you did not cook a steak in the beginning, nor did Chris cook.
I don't think anybody cooked anything that they.
I think Omi did.
Well, I don't know. They did. All three of them did pretty well on their final dish.
Yeah, but I mean,
God,
for two, it wasn't good enough.
I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all. Look, we were hard on this brother all season. I did one season say one week say you never know, he could. We were hard on this man, but yo, the winner of the losers challenge was Chris.
Yeah.
Chris was the final contestant to join the finale, sending home my brother Nuri and our homie Omi.
And can I just say that elevator scene? Ooh.
Yeah.
But that's when I remembered how young Nuri was. I was
22.
like, I forgot until that moment. I was like, oh yeah, Nuri is young. Yeah. But he has so much ahead of him. So
much potential.
Yes, just because you didn't win the show doesn't mean that you didn't win.
Exactly. So I just want to take this time to shout out homie Omi for being on the show. We watch you grow. We watch you grow every week and got better and better, putting on for your culture, putting on for your family. I really dig that. Thank you so much for being on the season. Follow you just like I follow all of this, the contestants, and see that you're already doing big things. So keep that up. And I do want to say to my brother Nuri, I rooted for you all week, all season. I am proud of you. I almost say all week, all season. I rooted for you. I'm proud of you. 22 years old, got a daughter. You out here doing big things. Thank you so much for your willingness to be on this show. And yo, you too. I see you. I follow you. You got a lot of great things going on right now. So I salute to you. I cannot wait until we can connect and get you on the podcast. Hopefully, both of you, all of you guys.
All of you. All right. So now we are discussing part 2. This is
Yes.
the finale, and we have Tucker, Pilar, and Chris. So
Yeah.
let me give y'all the layout of the land, because the finale was ran just a little bit differently.
Mm-hmm.
So they were all cooking on all 3 levels,
Yeah.
starting in the basement. The basement was for their appetizer. The middle floor was seafood dish, and the top floor was entree. And they had 90 minutes to complete. Oh, they had 90.
The basement was appetizers.
Yeah, I just said that.
Middle was fish entrees. And the
I
top
have
was meat
seafood.
entrees. No, it was fish.
It was fish.
Fish
Okay.
entrees and then meat entrees for the third and final top
Well,
tier.
I just had entree for top
I'm
floor.
I
Okay.
just want to make sure we right.
I'm
Don't
just saying.
don't start it.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Don't start it.
They had 90 minutes to complete all 3 dishes.
Mm-hmm.
So, wait. So before we get into it, we had a special, well, not we, but they had a special appearance. They had winner from season 1, Payette.
Yeah,
She
yo.
made an appearance,
That joint
giving a
was
little,
dope.
giving a little spiel to the finalists. I thought that was so dope. Chris, though,
Mm-hmm.
he was funny.
Yeah.
I was
But
like, "Are
yeah, they
you
had
listening to anything that she's
hell
saying?"
no. He's not.
Yeah,
I think he was still in shock on everything that was going on. So and then you don't even expect her to be there. So that's just like what? But yeah, you had Payette show up and then family members showed up. So
yep,
that was like a real dope experience for them.
yep,
To go through right before they head into cooking, kind of ease the tension of the competition a little bit. But yeah,
yep.
they had 90 minutes. Now here's the thing, they were timed. So each level, depending on how much time it took them to cook like their first dish or the second, would determine how much time they'll have left for the next round. And then I think they got penalized, right? Because the final round, we'll get into that, but it was timed in a way that you had to don't waste no time.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how that started. And off the gate, I got frustrated because Chris picked a duck. Chris wanted squid and went past the squid.
And the shady cameraman,
they be really picking
they be
with Chris.
on it.
Yo,
Oh
if we
my
get Chris on this
gosh.
show, I gotta ask him, what did you do to the camera people?
Yes.
They be picking it up, but he chose a duck, and I instantly was like, oh man, because number one, duck takes a while to cook, and two, I'm not a connoisseur of everything appetizers, but the first round was appetizers, and I don't really
Mm-hmm.
know too many duck
And
appetizers.
it was a duck breast, not
Yeah,
just duck. It was a duck breast. So
yeah. So
yeah,
right off the gate, he was having problems getting that cooked.
yeah. Tucker. Okay, so it looked like Tucker grabbed something from Pilar. It happened over in the counter. You didn't see that? You didn't peep that?
Mm-mm.
Yes, Pilar was like standing at the counter, and then like Tucker like reached and grabbed something, and I don't know if it was just like a natural reaction from Pilar just to like flinch, but it was already too late because Tucker came and took it.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't see that.
I peeped that.
Okay. A little candidate.
Yes.
I see.
Yes. And to your point, yes, I was worried about Chris with the duck breast. It wasn't cooking quickly enough. So I mean,
yeah. And then another person I worried, this is the first time I actually worried about them when I found out. So Tucker chose mussels.
Yeah.
But all she was doing was steaming them. And to Richard Blaze's point, he was like, I don't know if that's like, this is like the finale. And it's like, all you're doing is mussels. That broth has to be like out of this world. So yeah, I kind of was worried for her because I'm like, mussels is you're not really doing anything with the mussels. Like you said, it's more so the broth, and I didn't know if that would be a strong enough app. And I
Mm-hmm.
think Gordon Ramsay, when they judged it, I think Gordon said the same thing.
Yeah. So 15 minutes down and everyone is still working on their first
Mm.
dish. Um, but Pilar did end up finishing first with 21 minutes and 51 seconds. Chris Duck looked a little bit raw.
Oh, it
So
didn't just look. It was.
it was. I was worried about him. I said, oh my gosh. And then Tucker finishes second. And of course, Chris in this round finishes last.
Yeah. So what each person cooked, we had Pilar. She ended up making, which I've never had this, but that it looked kind of tasty, crispy, soft shell crab, like a sandwich with a Cajun aioli. I was like, yo, I want to try that.
That aioli
Um,
got me, yo.
yeah. And then Tucker, again, she had the steamed mussels with the Italian broth that she made. And then Chris had the spicy, quacking, pan roasted duck breast with the uh tagarashi potatoes and ginger glaze. And right out the gate, Gordon pointed out this piece right here looks raw or not finished cooking. Don't put it on the plate because I'm going to
Yeah,
judge
judge it. Yeah, that part. Yep.
you. And that's what I was confused about. I'm like, he had a nice size breast
Yeah. This
where he could have left that off.
keep it off the plate. Oh my goodness. So do we want to talk about the best worst dish for round one, or do we want to?
I mean, it's up to you. I don't. To me, it was Pilar best.
Okay, best. So for the first round, I would have ate everything.
I don't know. I wouldn't have ate his duck if it wasn't all the way cooked, but it all did look delicious. To me, the mussels, I was just like, I can get that anywhere. But I don't know, something about that crispy soft shell crab. I was like, yo, I want to taste that.
Okay, got you. There wasn't really a worst dish for me. I mean, they said the duck was good. The
I
good
wouldn't even
part of
think
the
about
duck.
that. I thought Tucker's wasn't strong enough. I feel like
Okay.
she was doing enough. She did what she had to do to get by. But I like a little bit, like, I don't know. It's just mussels was just like,
Yeah, I don't. I love mussels. I would eat
I
them.
love them, but I'm just saying for your app for the finale, I just thought she would come a little harder.
Yeah. All right. So now we have round two, and this is the fish dish.
Mhm.
So Chris grabs the halibut, Tucker grabs the sea bass, and Pilar grabs the salmon. And Naisha was worried about Chris. Here we go.
Mhm.
Chris, you really pushing the limit.
That's too
She
much.
she was really worried about him with the halibut. Pilar salmon seemed
Oh,
undercooked,
she couldn't get it.
and
It was too thick of a cut.
but Naisha told her, she said, you don't always have to cook everything stovetop. She was
Yeah,
like, we have all of these different appliances, use them.
exactly.
Pretty much, she was like, put that in the oven.
And she did. She eventually did. One thing that was catching me off guard. This is the first time I ever saw Tucker really struggle like she did. She had a couple hiccups throughout the competition, but her sauce fell apart, and she had to recreate a second sauce. She was not happy with that. But yeah, to your point,
I thought
Pilar.
that was Tucker.
That's what I said, Tucker.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
But that's what, to your point, Pilar. This was not her. This was not her round. She struggled with the salmon. She struggled with plating.
Plating, she had to go back because it was something with the oil was running,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, she couldn't serve it like that. So Pilar had to redo her plating, and Tucker had to redo her sauce because things just wasn't coming together for them.
But
So
no, what's up? Chris didn't do too much. He was actually Chris this round was actually the best I've ever seen him. He
Well,
was first.
I was going to say, well, and hence because of all of this, Chris ended up being done
Whew. But he
first.
was keeping it simple. He wasn't running
Yeah.
all over it was
No, he
them.
wasn't.
And I
Yeah.
was like, yo, my man Chris, he coming to win. He is not
Yeah.
playing. He
Yeah.
hit the buzzer first, like you said, then
And then
Pilar.
Pilar. But
And then
Tucker, 5
Tucker took him.
minutes. No.
Woo!
5. This is
Yeah.
important. 5 minutes later,
Mm-hmm.
Tucker hit the button. I said, dang. So for the second round, favorite, worst dish.
Well, real quick,
Favorite
what they
dish.
cooked.
Oh yeah. Do that.
Chris cooked white wine poached halibut. Tucker did a seared sea bass with kumquat and beets with a soy gogaching sauce, and then Pilar did a blackened salmon with tagachi mushrooms and a citrus salsa. Best, I think
I had everyone.
I was about to say.
I said I had no worst dish. I felt like everybody
they turned it up.
their game. So,
yeah, that was the best round. That made the judges like, yo, and they said it. I thought by this round, they was gonna have somebody that can edge out. They said at this point,
it's anybody's game. Yep.
Anybody's game.
So congratulations on that. Now we have the third round, which was the meat round.
Yep, they gave us the meat
entree. And on this round, they were on the top level.
Mm-hmm. And the platform stayed, so they didn't have to rush.
So listen, Tucker.
Well, real quick. But they had, were you about to talk about the time?
Well, I was about to talk about Tucker and
so Chris started first.
Specifically.
Chris started first. Pilar had an 8 second. It started 8 seconds after, and Tucker had that 5 minutes.
Well, let me get into it. Tucker had to wait 5 minutes.
That was a hurt piece.
In order to cook. What? Was it? Well, yeah, it was. But I was
you can tell because she didn't. And even Gordon said she didn't. She picked pork chop for a reason. It doesn't take long to cook a pork chop, which was brilliant. But she would really want a steak.
But even though she had to wait 5 minutes and the platform wasn't moving, Tucker really had time to analyze what she was going to pick and how she was going to execute it, especially with the time that she had. So it sucked because she had to wait 5 minutes, but in a way, she was really able to plan out her dish. So that was a plus for her. So it was like when she got her ingredients, she knew exactly how she was going to execute it.
Yeah.
But yes, Chris grabbed that tomahawk steak.
Real quick, have you ever had a tomahawk steak?
No.
I want one. I've never had one, and I want one. Chris.
Well, listen, we gotta find a place, and we got to go.
Yeah, but Chris. Yeah, you said he took the tomahawk.
And look, and that tomahawk was so big it couldn't even fit into the pan. He had to chop that joint up. I was like, wow. And then Pilar grabs the filet. The filet mignon.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I wrote something wrong on my paper, but you are right. Yep, filet mignon.
Filet mignon. And then, like you said, Tucker grabbed the
pork
chops. Gordon called out Pilar. He was like, what are you doing? Like, you don't have your meat in the pan. Like, what is you doing? Like, come on now.
I told you that nervousness be getting to her.
Yep.
Chris was like, I'm cooking this thing. He did real good.
Can I tell you? Okay. Can I tell you? When Chris was cutting up that tomahawk after he was finished cooking it, I said, if I could just reach in and just take one piece probably wouldn't have been good. I would have just taken the whole entire plate. It looks so good. Oh my gosh. Bravo, Chris. Oh my goodness. He did his thing. I mean, honestly, I kind of forgot about everybody else after I saw that tomahawk
Yeah.
steak. Like, so that's where
But,
it stopped with me.
but
Sorry.
all in all, they all three of them did an amazing job in the finale. They made it hard to choose when we kept saying week after week, like, yo, we pretty much know who's gonna take it. But literally, when I'm watching this, I'm like, yo, I think Chris might edge these cooks, these chefs. I don't know. Like, you didn't know going into the third round. You did not know.
Well, I kind of knew because I watched it the day after it aired, and I accidentally went
Yeah,
on
you.
my Instagram and saw the winner. So I didn't have that. I don't know. I already knew who won. So.
Yeah. I did though. I saw it live and direct, and I was like, "Yo, this is about to be crazy." But all in all, at the end of it, this long journey of 18 contestants.
18, man.
There's one winner. And that night, that winner was the most consistent chef of the season.
Yeah, I wasn't even
Tucker.
shocked.
Tucker won. I wasn't shocked when I was more shocked that, yo, this is like this could go either way. But Tucker, congratulations. I've said it most of the season. Like, yo, consistency was key. You knew how to take your craft because she knew her craft.
I think
she knew how to elevate without going too far out there.
I think she only had like one bad dish.
It was literally like one.
Got her into the elimination.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was it, yo.
That was it.
That's crazy.
The most consistent. But congratulations. You have the honor of winning $250,000, and you get to be mentored by some top tier chefs.
Yeah.
Gordon, Naisha, Richard, Blaze, like that is phenomenal. So congratulations on winning season 2 of Next Level Chef. I cannot wait to talk to you. I speak things into existence, and I believe we're going to have a conversation one day. And I'm going to ask, the question I'm going to ask her is, if she didn't have that 5-minute penalty, what was she in her mind? What she wanted to cook? That's what I really want to know. Because I know she didn't want to do pork chops. I know she wanted to probably do like a steak or something.
Yeah.
With an Italian twist, but she just couldn't do it. She went with time, but she chose right, and she did her thing. So, guys, we are, even though this is it's bittersweet because we're at an end of an season era, but we have an accomplishment because this is our first complete show that we've reviewed. One full season in the books. 14 weeks, my people. We have been doing this
since February.
Super Bowl weekend is when this all kicked off.
Yep.
And wow, it's hot outside now. It's May.
Yeah, it's like and not even just May, it's mid-May.
Mid-May was 80 degrees today. When we started, it was like 40s and 50s.
And it was dark by this time.
Dark outside and rainy, and no snow, but rainy a little bit and gray. And we're in a whole new season. Literally. A whole new season. But no.
But but like Serch said, this is not the end for us. We are reviewing I'm about to say Next Level.
We're reviewing Next Level Chef again?
We are reviewing Master Chef season 14.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So that's airing May 24th.
Yep.
So, well, the show.
Yeah, so next now you got Master Chef airs Wednesday the 24th, I believe that's the date. That week we will be airing Chef Drama's interview. We have him on the podcast. That's going to be taking place of our weekly review just for that week. That week Also, MasterChef airs, and then the following week we'll go back to our regularly scheduled reviews. So, guys, I hope you like what you've been seeing so far. Let us know in the comments what you've been thinking about all these weeks of us reviewing. Also,
Yes.
what may be a show you want to see us review on a podcast. You never know what the future holds, so just let us know. But overall, let us know how we doing in the comments. Make sure you turn on the notifications because again, you don't want to miss it next week or later this week. We have
Oh, yes,
Vinny.
Friday. Friday.
Vinny.
Friday.
May
This
19th.
Friday.
Vinny is on the
Oh,
podcast.
wait. Speaking of this Friday, special shout out to my parents. How old am I? This is their 31st year anniversary. So I just want to say
Are you?
happy anniversary. Yes, 31st.
How old are you?
No, I'm sorry.
You had me
Oh my
confused.
gosh. 39. This is their 39.
I'm gonna say, wait a minute. There's
Oh
some
my God.
secrets going on that I didn't know about.
I counted backwards. Sorry. This is their 39th anniversary. So I just want to give a special shout out to my parents. Congratulations on making it 39 years. You just don't hear about that anymore. So congratulations. Hopefully maybe we can do something for your 40th. So I just want to say happy anniversary. Their anniversary is May 19th.
I want to give a quick shout out to my moms and pops because I forgot their anniversary was April 1st. They did celebrate their 40th. My bad, y'all, but y'all been together 40 years. Y'all out here old in these streets. Congratulations. Nope, not too many people make it that far nowadays. I love you, mommy. But no, guys, this is the point where we have to say a little goodbye. So, again, we have Vinny, May 19th, and then we have Chef Drama, Daryl Taylor on the 23rd. Be sure to tune in. Be sure to hit the notifications so you can be alerted and all that good stuff. But Neda, in case somebody wants to hit you up, in case they want to book you to be a host on some show, and then you leave, and you're on Good Morning America, and I'm sitting here doing a podcast all by myself, how can they reach you?
Guys, you already know. And if you don't know, look below. It's Neda.foodphoto on Instagram and Facebook. And what about you, Search?
Well, you guys should know by now. You can follow me at all platforms at Sirchcity. And for the time being, before we blow up and I forget, and I don't have the same
Blow
number.
up, shoe weight. Blow
and I
up, shoe weight.
I ain't got the same number no more. Hard to get in contact with me. For now, you can also reach me at Normals Be Chef in all platforms. But before we go, you should know that we have to let you know that good things come and good things go. Life is like a box of chocolate that should be melting, y'all.